Tell us about the stupid investment of the week, Chuck.
Well, the stupid investment of the week is Carbonite stock, and Carbonite is a company that does sort of offsite computer backup solutions for people, and it literally spends all of its gross revenues on go into radio advertising. It advertises on more than 40 plus talk shows. But one of the talk shows it was advertising on a week ago was Rush Limbaugh. So it became one of the 30 or so companies that pulled advertising after the whole Rush Limbaugh thing surfaced. But unlike most of those other companies, it got hammered this week. And fundamentally, any stock that is so fragile that it drops an advertiser and there's or one place that it puts its ads and it winds up getting hurt as a result is someplace that average investors don't want to be.
Yeah, I'm not even really clear, Chuck, on why that would happen. I mean, are they so dependent on business that they get from Rush Limbaugh's show or people who listen? I mean, it just seems like a very bizarre reason for the stock to go down.
Well, it is. And the answer is it has a little bit to do with dependency. You would think it's that they're so dependent on talk radio in terms of getting the word out about this company. That seems to be part of it. Another part of it seems to be that Rush's supporters went and hammered this stock. And in many cases, they couldn't really do anything. And what were they going to do to an AOL or some giant company? And what were they going to do to a little tiny company that doesn't trade publicly? You know, if it was the Rush advertiser in Boston and it's some tiny regional bank that's not public, Rush's fans can't hurt it. If it's the giant company, Rush's fans can't hurt it. But this company, at least, you know, when the news came out, it lost more than 10% in 2 days.
That's nuts.
And the only logical thing, I mean, let's be honest, the value of this business or what anybody thought the business was worth did not change by 10% in 2 days. Right. So while you can't say for sure, oh, this was Rush fans doing it or whatever, what you can say is that chances are good the only news that was out there was this. That's what moved it. And again, it's not a statement like making Carbonite stupid investment of the week is not saying they didn't do the right thing. The chairman of the chief executive of the company has 2 daughters, as do I. And he basically said, as somebody with 2 daughters, you know, I thought this was unconscionable, etc. Well, I happen to agree with that, but it has nothing to do with whether they did or didn't support Rush. But if you look at it that way, if you think they did the right thing, let's be perfectly honest. They were in a no-win situation. They did the right thing, and their stock got hammered for it anyway. Again, that's a stock that the nature of the business and where the company is too volatile for the average investor to say, oh, yeah, I can hold this because I think this business long-term is going to be a good thing.